Welcome to Construction Champions Podcast, where we are burning the house down and rebuilding it twice a week. I'm your host, Ron Nussbaum, and I am here to help you become the champion that you're meant to be. Along with our amazing guests along the way, we will provide you with the resources, the latest and greatest. You will sit down with disruptors in the construction industry. And my goal from day one has always been to change the mindset around the construction industry. No more where we let the 3% of bad apes dictate the entire reputation of. Welcome back to another episode of Construction Champions Podcast. I'm your host, Ron Nussbaum. I'm the founder and CEO of BuilderComs. And man, I said it on the last episode, I was going to stop saying host because I'm a facilitator is what I am. I bring on amazing guests and we have amazing conversations around what it takes to be a champion in the construction industry. So yeah, no more host. I got to get that out of my lingo that I use and just say, I'm here to facilitate these conversations. It's not about me. It's about the people we bring on here and the impact that we can have in the construction industry. And today, I'm excited because I have an amazing guest that I've gotten to know over the last few years. Chris, it is fantastic to have you on the show.
Great to be here. You and I have been traveling down these roads together for so many years now.
That we have. And before we dive into it, why don't you introduce yourself to all the construction fans that might not know who you are?
Yeah, sounds fair. I mean, you and I have done a few of these together and you've watched me, come up from nothing to where we are here today, which is real exciting. So folks, thanks for joining us today. We serve you. We serve your clients and your customers. That's our goal. It doesn't matter whether it's my company or if it's BuilderComs. I know that Ron and I really kind of come from the same cloth that we like to serve the community. So hopefully we'll get some golden nuggets here today and you'll learn from myself, you'll learn something from Ron and you'll be able to put it into action. So my name's Chris Scoville, the founder and head janitor CEO in charge of IMPROVIFI. We have 4 pillars. We integrate financing solutions into contractors' business to help them with their homeowners at the point of sale with affordability. So, we've got residential, we have commercial, we have unsecured, we have secured, we've got tech stacks, but our 4 pillars over here at IMPROVIFI are lending solutions, training. We train the contractors on how to actually sell and offer financing, support services like the deal desk to help the homeowners and contractors at the point of sale. And then last but not least, we have a technology piece where we bring all the lending solutions and everything that I just mentioned to the point of sale through our mobile app. So that's what we do here at IMPROVIFI.
Awesome, man. I love it. So let's dive right in there. I'm going to ask you the $1 million question. Is what makes a construction champion?
I would say from our perspective, the contractors that are true champions are the ones that care about the homeowner more than the sale. Now, I've said that from stage numerous times, but I truly mean it, that if a contractor, what makes a contractor a champion is how they show up. And if a contractor shows up to my house to sell me something that I need or want, and it's a home improvement, and they care about me and my wife's needs and what we want more than making a sale transaction, commodity piece of this thing, the actual sale, right? They actually care about me, what I want, what my needs are. They listen to our concerns. They address our concerns. They ask us, hey, have you ever done a project like this before? And we go, yes, we have. And the communication was horrible. Obviously, that's where BuilderComs comes in, right? But if you ask me that question and you listen to me, and then you tell me, hey, here's how we do things different, and I can actually tell that you care about me rather than try to make a sale, I think that makes a champion. And we do that in financing happens a lot. Not all customers get approved. Some people have challenged credit. Some people have been through things, bankruptcies, foreclosures. Their credit isn't 850, it's 675 or 550, and they need help. And we've got this cool service over here that we partnered up with a company down in Texas where, let's say that they apply for financing and get declined. Like they go to 4 lending solutions that we have. A champion at the point of sale handles it like this. Mr. or Mrs. Smith, we sure tried today, didn't we? Yeah. We really care about you. You're from Chris's Air Conditioning. We have a credit repair company down in Texas. And if you're interested, I'll give you their information. You can connect with Billy and see if Billy can help you guys get your credit repaired. And you know what? If we can get this done in the next couple months, give me a holler back. We'll come back out. We'll do this all over again because we might be able to get your credit score up high enough to get you approved for financing. That makes a champion because I couldn't get the sale because they didn't have any money and they didn't have any financing approvals. But I just leave the house, like not give a shit about them. I said, hey, we have a trusted partner. They do credit repair. They'll help you. Here's your information. And it'd take 36 seconds for a contractor to say something like that to a consumer to help change their life. Because now what happens, Ron? Mr. and Mrs. Smith bite the bullet, go, you know what? Let's go get our credit repaired. Let's work on this. Let's get those medical things, those delinquencies. Let's get some stuff cleaned up. And in the process of this, we get their credit score up to 680, 700. Now they can get credit cards. They can apply for auto loans. They can qualify for a mortgage, better mortgage rate. Like we can actually fix these people's lives by getting them out of a decline state and get them into an approved state. And that's what makes a champion. It's the contrary that it goes above and beyond the sale. It actually cares about the consumer.
That is an unbelievable answer to the question because you're not just, it's not just like you said, thinking about the sale, but you're also thinking about how am I going to improve somebody else's life, even if they don't do business with us. Because in the construction business, we improve people's lives through what we do when we can do the project. But just taking that time and not just walking away, just saying, this is another customer that can't afford what we do, and just chopping it up as a loss. You're going to take that and you're going to make it a win for them and a win for you down the road as well.
Yeah, it could be. It's about changing people's lives. And I think that it's interesting. I was at the gym and I was listening to a podcast today and they were talking about AI. And the guy was talking about, well, that was a great time for people to actually go the opposite direction, which meant if AI is doing all this automated stuff, and then you and I have a podcast, I'm a real person, you're a real person, we're having real conversations. This podcast may get into someone's ears and head and change their lives, but they're listening to the real, authentic voice and how passionate we are about what we do. And AI can't do that. AI can't fake passion, emotion, human touch yet. I don't know if it ever will, which is a real neat thing in the home improvement space. It just, there's certain aspects of this job that will never be replaced, and it's the human touch. It's the looking at the consumer's eyes and hearing what their concerns are and their pain points and providing the home improvement solution and getting them approved for financing solutions and high-fiving them. The things that AI can't do is the high five or the congratulations or even the, man, that sucks that we couldn't get you approved. Let's go over here and see if we can get you approved. Let's go over here and see if we can get you help. AI can't do that empathetic, realistic human touch. We can, though. So I think that there's a large portion of our industry that will adapt to automations and systems and processes through technology. But I think a very large portion of it is still human interaction, where the sales rep shows up in the home, walks in, looks at the house and says, man, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, what a beautiful home. How long y'all looking to stay here? Why would I ask that? Well, it's going to depend on what what I'm trying to sell you. Good, better, best, better, good. You know what I mean? So I just think that there's a big aspect of this business that is not going to be able to be adapted.
Yeah, I think when you go down the road of the AI conversation, and what I'm seeing, what I feel is there would be no other industry that AI is that tool that makes you better at what you do than the construction industry, because there's so many unreplaceables, but there's so much where it can just work alongside you and just make you better at what you do and more efficient and more effective.
Yes.
It's still going to require on Chris being Chris.
Yeah.
It's not just Chris, the AI bot, that's going to be able to do it all. Chris is going to have to do it, but he's going to have more resources and more help than ever before.
Absolutely. 100%, man. Are you guys all incorporating a lot of like AI stuff into builder comms now?
Yeah, we're working on it. One of the things we're working on rolling out is the no data entry, to where AI can help put in all the information and facilitate that, because that's what everybody has with project management softwares. They have data entry fatigue. They don't want to have to put in all of this information and constantly be doing this stuff. If they can just say, hey, we need to send an update to John over at 5218 in Drive. We're going to be out there on Saturday, and then the piece of software does it itself. Like, that's the future. That's where AI starts to be able to make people better. Now you just save 30 minutes of setting that up and actually sending that update.
Yeah, and provided great communication to the client, right?
Yep. What about in finance? So Chris does a lot more than just financing. He is, if like you hear it, he's talking the sales process. Chris, he is a gift to the construction industry. He is 100% trained to be the absolute best. It's why his answer to what makes a construction champion is so great, because he's willing to put in the front work to make you a champion. So when we're having this conversation, it's not just like the amount of resources that Chris brings to the industry absolutely blow my mind, and he just continues to put them out. One day maybe I don't know, he'll run out of stuff. I don't think so, but you're training people to do stuff that to me is table stakes a lot of the time. Like in my construction career, this is stuff we were doing 5-10 years ago that now I'm just so glad to see you out there doing it and teaching people how to do it.
Yeah. Like, we look at it like this. So IMPROVIFI, we're different. We have to be different. We compete against very large banks with endless buckets of money. But when we created our company, what we did is let's plug the holes in the boat of whatever all the big guys aren't doing. What does that mean? Well, my competitors give a rate sheet and maybe a sales rep to a contractor, and they say, go sell our stuff. And like, we're like, that's cold. That's a commodity. There's nothing warm about that. Where we go, here's our multiple lending solutions from our technology stack, our mobile app. We're going to actually train you how to make the offer, market it, advertise it, go to market strategies, sell it in the home, answer rebuttals, obstacles, objections, have a support team to help support you pull loans through if they get stuck in the mud. And then, of course, bring you, that you just led to, really cool technology solutions that nobody else is doing, like credit card payment processing from our mobile app, where you could just tap and go. The deal desk that you could just call from the mobile app. You can offer an unsecured loan and a secured loan. And then my tech team is actually building, I would like to say, intelligence, not artificial intelligence. They're taking what I've loaded into it of 31 years of doing this into a tool where you're almost going to be able to bring Chris Scoville to the point of sale when we're done with this thing, where if the customer has a question, you can ask, let's just call it, hey, Chris, or IMPROVIFI advisor. You can ask it a question, and you're asking me the question, and I respond. So you don't have to call me or go seek the answer or call a lender. Like, what's the best loan option for this customer that's looking for a low monthly payment to 30 years with no prepayment penalty? I know what the answer is. So my intelligence will be loaded into this. So when you ask the question, we're going to answer, because we believe in, if they ask, you answer and you tell them the truth. So a contractor can bring Chris Scoville to the point of sale now through our technology and ask that question, and we can give the answer, so we can help the homeowner make a better buying decision. And maybe we can help the contractor sell more or sell better, right?
That's exactly what we were just talking about with the AI making you better. I mean, imagine how I can't go back to the days when I was actually in sales running sales calls. Like to have a Chris with me, that would be a
Person,
little game changer.
I don't know how to make a little hologram thing come up yet from a phone, but wouldn't that be cool? Hey, who's that Luke Skywalker dude? Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, I got the guy
here. That guy right there. Yeah, this is our consumer credit center. This is where we are. Oh, the competitors didn't show up with a hologram.
What you on the keyboard talking with the customer?
The competitors didn't have a consumer credit center, and this guy's name's Chris Scoville. Ask him a question. Watch, this is really cool.
Well, I mean, that's the kind of stuff that, I mean, it's going to forever change. The people that are willing to step out and do the stuff that has not been generally accepted in the industry, those are going to be the people that win, period. Because that's the level of service that customers want. We've spent a lot of time here recently in the last 6 months talking on here about customer service and how the construction industry was built on customer service and handshake deals. And over the last 15 years, we have gotten away from that, and our reputation has went in the opposite direction. And that's exactly what you're talking about here is like, how do we get back to doing what's best for our homeowners, whether that's them doing business with us or you're not the right person to do business with them and you set them up with the right person.
Yes. Yeah.
That is where I feel we're headed back. And that goes so well with with how you were talking about AI to begin with, where you're like, it's going to be who does the opposite. I don't believe AI is going to win everything. And there's going to be a lot of room for people to be able to dominate by doing the opposite.
Yeah, we did. Like when I built this thing called the deal desk, right? Like my wife is the CFO of the company. She goes, well, she's like, and it was a legitimate question because my competitors called and they asked the same thing that my wife asked. So no, I really know that it was a good question. She goes, how do we scale this? I said, I don't know. I don't know how we scale this. I have no idea. But I do know that if I build it and I offer it and we learn that it gets called 100 times a week, we'll hire somebody to answer that damn deal desk. And if it gets called 200 times a week, then maybe I have to hire somebody else too. So the point is this: if you think that you can create something that'll help more people, create it, test it, figure it out, and then scale as needed. My competitors call and they said, dude, how do you have the ability to man a deal desk answering calls from hundreds and maybe thousands of contractors a week? And I said, we were willing to take the risk and go build it because I know that if I was at the point of sale and I asked a contractor a question he didn't know about the financing solution, something said, is there a prepayment penalty on the secured loan? And the contractor was like, I don't know. Good question, man. Sign here. Like, no, I asked you a question. Now go get me the freaking answer. Okay, hold on one sec. Yeah, deal desk, how can I help you? Hey, the customer's got a question. Put him on the phone with me. Hey, Mr. Smith, this is Chris Scoville with IMPROVIFI. This is the deal desk. We're working with Ron. You're Ron the roofer. How can I help you? Well, I just got a question about a couple loan. Great. Answer them. Now we hang up. The consumer signs the agreement. They sign the finance agreement. The contractor sold a job that otherwise they didn't know the answer to the question. He lost. There's no AI. It's a freaking phone number. It's like the presidential red phone that when he wants to order McDonald's or a Coca-Cola. Somebody picks it up and we say, hey, how can we freaking help you? Sometimes we can't help them all. Sometimes they've got decline. Well, we get into credit repair. At least we helped them. Because credit repair didn't exist till 3 weeks ago. And I said, we need to help the people that keep getting declined. Why? Well, because we have nothing else to do with them at the end of the story other than say, sorry, I can't help you. That's not an answer. An answer is to say, we can't help you because your credit is so challenged, no lender will buy it. But we can help get you repaired if you follow these steps. That's a solution. So in your business, contractors listening to this, all you do in business is provide solutions to people's problems. That's it. Once you've identified that and you can be the supplier of the solution, then you'll win.
Mm.
And if you do it better than everybody else, then you'll really win.
I mean, it's that basic. It's
What was BuilderCom's problem? What was the problem that your people faced, Ron?
communication. I faced it. Like it was I say a lot, like I'm just a natural problem solver and I like to fix problems one time. I don't believe in scaling unfixed problems. I think that's what a lot of people do is they're like, well, we'll get to that later, but then they add another crew and they just compounded that problem. And I hated that. Like that was never a solution for me. When I rolled out a new crew, I wanted the solutions baked in. So I wasn't scaling problems.
Yep.
And that's how Builder Comms came to be, was I needed a solution for communication for in-house and customer messaging. And I just built the software so I could never have to worry about it ever again. So you go from 25 to 30 to 100 crews, but I fixed the problem one time.
Yeah.
And that's what you're talking about doing is like, hey, we have a problem. Let's fix it. This lies in everybody's businesses. And if we're just more concerned about fixing it and fixing it right for our customers, like they wouldn't continue to grow and become like we wait until it's so big of an issue that it's almost unsurmountable to fix. When if the first day that we had that problem, we started trying to figure out what the solution was and then came up with the solution and rolled it out, that then scales. We're not scaling the problem anymore. And that's what you're talking about with the credit repair. Like that was a problem in the business for you. And instead of just saying, we're not going to address it until it eventually got so big that it becomes almost unaddressable, you're like, solution in place. Now that solution will scale with your business.
Done. Yeah. We do what lenders don't do because we can.
I love that because that's what we can all do. And we're so much alike on a lot of this because I'm building a software company with the same thought process that you are, is like, we'll just do what everybody else won't do because they can't and they're unwilling to do it. And like, why not?
I know why in my world, if you go to a bank, they're limited legally because a bank like a Wells, and I'm not talking bad about them, just call them out who they are. A bank like Truist Bank, Wells Fargo, Synchrony, they can't go outside of the lines of the coloring book because they're not allowed to because they're a bank. They're a lender. Whereas me, I create multiple lending solutions on a mobile app and I can color outside the lines. So I can offer credit card payment processing in addition to unsecured and secured loans at the point of sale. I create an entire lending marketplace for our contractors. We just don't offer one program and it's done. It's like none of your consumers are out there are created equal. So why should you just give them one lending solution? What happens to customers that don't fit in that box? They're not your customers. They're someone else's. They're going to, if they're with somebody else's when they're IMPROVIFI, they're ours. So like, they can't do what we do because they're banks and they don't allow them to color outside of the lines. Where when I built this company, I said, we're going to do what everyone isn't doing that should be doing because no one will ever control me and tell me what I can and can't do to help people. So good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So you referenced it a few times. I know it's something new that you guys have rolled out, the payments. Why tell us a little bit about that and what's down that road?
Yeah. So, if I come to your house and I don't know what you want, it might be, let's pick on roofing. You might have a roof repair or a roof placement, but I'm Chris the roofer and I'm just meeting you. So I get up on the roof and I come down and go, you really don't need a full replacement, man. this section up here can be replaced or repaired, and we could do that for probably around $3,300. And I go, Ron, hey, look, I'm not sure if you're looking to use, your money for this, or if you'd like to use ours, but we offer unsecured, secured, and credit card payment processing from our mobile app. How do you want to pay us? And you go, well, geez, thanks for asking, because I don't have $3,300. I would like to use my credit card because I want to pay it off at the end of the month, or I want Sky Miles. And if I've got credit card payment processing on the mobile app, I just take your card and I process it and it goes into my ACH and I got paid. Or if you go, hey, Chris, I'm interested in the 12-month same as cash because I really don't want to put this on a credit card. Do you have a promotional program like that? We sure do. Here, take the application. We get you approved. So by us having credit card payment processing on our mobile app, by us having unsecured and secured lending and promotional financing and long-term or short-term low monthly payment, I'm giving you all of the options right here that you just can't say, no, I'm good, I don't have any money. And you go, oh man, sorry, we don't offer any lending solutions or payment solutions. Have a good day, man. And you leave. Like, that's why we added credit card payment processing, credit card payment processing to the mobile app. We call it IMPROVIFI. And actually, the neat thing about this, Ron, is we actually do net zero, because a lot of contractors are like, geez, I just don't want to bill 3.5% in for a swipe fee and all this stuff. We actually have a program where the consumer pays for that 3% swipe fee. So if it's a, $5,000 job and it's 3%, what is that? $150. So it's $5,150 that the consumer pays for the repair, right? So, we just want to make sure we bring it in easy with big, huge, fat crayons, right? Because we want contractors to just open up the app and use it. We don't want to make it difficult. We want them to click a button and then do what the button says to do. So
I have it. And it's so, what you're doing is you're helping bring a level of professionalism to the construction industry by being able to it's not just a cash check, however you're paying me. I've always loved the term, are you using your money or all money? It's such a great term, but the perception homeowners have, you can completely shift that with the conversation that you're talking about having with them, to where they now know they're dealing with a professional company that is going to do what they say they're going to do, because the chances of them going to invest the time and money and effort into setting all of this stuff up and then just being a fly by night are slim to none.
it sure is simple, isn't it? Like, everything comes down to money. I mean, if they have the money, they'll pay it to you and you'll do the job. If they don't have the money and you don't give them a way to go get the money, then they'll either go find the money somewhere else and hire somebody else, or they won't do it.
Mm.
And I hate to say it, because I hate to say that we're the cog. We're definitely the cog, because everything costs money. You want to go out to eat last night, you had to pay money for the food, right? There was fair value trade. They gave you food, you gave them money. You want to live in a house with a mortgage, well, you have to pay a mortgage to keep the house, or else you'll lose the house. So and I hate to say it, we're the cog in the system that makes shit happen. Because it's the value trade. It's I'm giving you this for this. Yes, good. Because we no longer have small villages where I'm a fur trapper and then you're a corn farmer. And when you come to the trade section, I trade fur for corn and corn for fur. We don't have that anymore. Now we have this exchange called money. And that's the value exchange. Back in the day, Little House on the Prairie, they were doing gold coins and silver coins, or however the dollar trade was. Now it's money. And in order to get services and solutions, we have to have this. So this mobile app, this thing, is the cog that makes the whole thing work. And if you don't have money and you don't have financing, then you don't get to buy things or sell things, period and paragraph.
100% true. So I know you always have a lot of irons in the fire. Where is financing going headed into the end of the year here, headed into 2026? What do you
more? It's going into more. I geek out on some stuff that a lot of people don't geek out on at 5 a.m. I read the Fred reports, which shows me the consumer credit declines. And here's the reason why. we're going to be doing more financing. But yeah, Chris, aren't people taking on more debt? Yeah, that's why we're going to be doing more financing. It's kind of like one of these weird things. Everywhere you look, everywhere that you go, they're offering 4 equal payments for everything that you do. Amazon, 4 equal payments. The food Grubhub, 4 equal payments. Like everywhere where you go, very few people get up to a gas station, walk in with $50 bill, hand cash to customer, go back out and pump gas. They're financing their gas at the pump with a credit card, and hopefully they're paying it off at the end of the month. They've just financed their gasoline for 30 days.
Mm.
So where's financing going? More. They're going to be doing more. Everyone's going to be doing more financing, more leveraging. Declines, defaults are up like they've never been because people are doing more. So that just brings out more finance companies to bring more solutions at a higher interest rate and a higher cost. It ain't slowing down. The entire roofing industry is about to get shaken inside of a salt and vinegar potato chip bag and dumped out on the table because of insurance policy changes, ACV, RCV supplements, not approving insurance projects like they used to. Deductibles are so high, cost of goods are so high. State farms and different USA, like they're saying no more to damage that's done. The amount of historical um hurricanes and floods and things on homes, insurance companies are just, the cost of insurance is so high in some states that people can't even afford it, so they're missing their mortgage payments now. So it's not the interest rate anymore, it's the cost of taxes and insurance that are driving people out of their homes. It's a shame, but it's literally changing. The entire roofing industry is going to be moving in the next 3 to 5 years from doing storm restoration, chasing insurance projects, to doing retail, making the customer finance an insurance job. They get paid when the job is done. And then if and when that customer gets the scope or the mortgage endorsement back, if they want to pay their loan off, they do. If not, then they take the wife to the Bahamas. The whole industry is getting shaken up right now.
I don't see. I understand that you used to live down in Florida. I live in North Carolina by the ocean. You're absolutely right with everything that's happening, and that used to be one of the things I used to tell homeowners was like, we're 8 weeks out. We can wait for your insurance, and we can deal with all of that, or we can just get this finance now. And when all of that comes through, your project's already going to be done. It's going to be taken care of. You will have that peace of mind, and then you can just pay the loan off with that.
Yeah.
It gets the project. I always thought the insurance thing was an easy way to sell financing on a project. Personally, in what we used to do, that was an easy way to just say, hey, that's that's you're going through that. Like, why wait when we can give you the 12 months same as cash? You're going to go through all of that. We will get this project knocked out, and you'll be back to living your life how it was. And then when the insurance money comes through, you just pay it, and boom, bada bang, it's a done deal.
Yep. Yeah, they're being forced to do it now, which is great. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening in the roofing industry right now.
Mm. So what about for IMPROVIFI? Is there anything that you can let us in on now that might be coming out in the future? Or
I would say we're pretty locked and loaded right now. Our mobile app has been out January, February, March, April, May, since May, which is great. We're just advancements in cleaning up, right? So mobile app is easy to use. We have 6 or 7 different great lending solutions to plug into that, from secured to unsecured. We're trying to build new in business contractor platform right now. The problem with contractors that are new in business is no lenders will enroll them for lending. So we're trying to procure a lending solution that a new in business contractor, like let's say that you just started your EIN last month, no lender's going to give you money for at least a year and $1 million in ASR, annual sales revenue. So we're trying to put together a little portfolio solution, like a secured loan, a personal loan, and an unsecured loan that they can use on the mobile app for new entities, new in business, brand new. So at least they can market, advertise, offer, and try to help some people. It might not be the good stuff, but at least it's something that they can have as a placeholder to help them help more homeowners at the point of sale. So I think that's the big push that we're doing. We just hired an outside organization to help us do some scaling because we'd like to be to 20,000 contractors in about 3 to 5 years. So yeah, we're up to a lot of stuff, but we've also hired. We went from a team of 3 about a year ago to a team of 20. So we've hired 17 full-time teammates here. I like to call people employees or staff. We have 20 full-time teammates in IMPROVIFI. I mean, in less than a year, with no capital, just no money. We just built this thing. So we've got a full team now to train too, which is helping me. I spend most of my time now not doing sales calls. I have 5 business development managers that manage consulting and business dev calls now. I now spend my day talking on podcasts, talking to our scale team, our developers, meeting with big partnerships and franchisee partners out there. So that's where I'm spending most of my time now.
Awesome, man. I love it. You're doing amazing things out there for the construction industry. For everybody listening, if they wanted to connect with you, follow you, connect with your team, what's the best ways for them to do that?
Keep it simple, man. Our website's being redesigned too. So sorry if you're going there right now. It's the same old fashioned website we've had, but it hasn't served us improperly. We've been able to help over 875 clients and 500 users so far. So we're doing okay. It's IMPROVIFI. Where is it? IMPROVIFI. I'm sure there'll be a link below. Just go there, fill out the form. That'll connect you with one of our consultants. There's no pressure. Our consultations are truly tell us what you're facing. Who are you? Who's your customer? What's your average ticket? Why do you want financing? Why aren't you using financing? If you are using financing, who are you using? If you could change anything about them, what would it be? If it could be Ron Nussbaum financing.com, what would your ultimate financing company look like and smell like, right? We're going to have a consultation, learn about your business, and see if we can meet in the middle and become partners. And if not, it's cool. You'll learn a lot about what we do and what you should look for in a lender or in a lending solution. And maybe we'll become friends and you'll come back in 6 or 7 months and say, hey man, I tried out that other company. You were so right, but we went out, we learned, we're back, and we'd love to work with you. So we have a very non-pressure type of a thing over here, hopping on a call with us. Nobody ever gets hurt in the process of doing a demo.
Awesome, man. Well, Chris, thank you for taking the time and being on the show today.
Always, brother. Always, man.
All right, construction champions, another episode in the bag, where if your brain is not thinking on like what you could be doing different, especially at that point of sale, I don't know what to tell you, because we just had this conversation, not just about what's happening right now, but what could be happening in your business. Where's some stuff shifting to? These are the things that you have to keep at top of mind. And we talked about permanent solutions, fixing stuff once and for all. Are you tired of going to projects? And when it comes down to you know what? If for all of our listeners out there that have a money problem, which is most do not like to talk about the money. When we get to that point, they don't want to say the number because they're afraid to ask for it. This is where financing comes in so effectively. I've had so many sales reps that had issues with like big ticket items, and they can't present it because they can't ask for that money because they don't have the money. They've never had that kind of money. They can't even justify the cost in their own mind for what they're selling. But when you give them a tour and empower them to be able to say, hey, are you using your money or all money? And you lower that your own or your sales reps tolerancy to the money conversation, it is such a game changer. So if you're one of those people that every time you get down to the end, when you're presenting that number and your hands start sweating because you're like, I can't even have this conversation. Think about how much easier it would be if you had solutions to that problem that you could offer that homeowner that benefited you, the homeowner, your business, your employees, everybody around you. It's just a problem in your business that you can easily solve.
Yes.
So, construction champions, until next time, go be the champion you were meant to be.